Are we live? I believe we do be live. So, we return once more, the first time streaming within our most wondrous adventure known as the Star of Makai. If someone would like to give the recap, an additional inspiration provided if it is juicy and provides a recap of the arc thus far. So 2 if you do more than just the last session. So who would like to give the recap?
Was insufficiently juicy. Okay.
No, it's more of a, this is the first time streaming, so I want to give those who are coming for first time a juicy recap.
Well, technically, it's Prizruk's turn, so
Honestly, let's not. Let's just give someone who actually know what happened. So, Josh, if you can, please.
all right. Let's see. The campaign so far. We started off with a couple of our characters arriving in the town of Provenshire, here for a festival of the Star of Makai, which is a comet that passes by once every 50 years. Or no, it passes every year.
50 years.
50 years.
50 years.
Oh, it is 50 years. Yeah. Once every 50 years. Right. So 2 of our characters arrived for the festival. 3 of the other characters were actually from the town of Provenshire, who dreamt of becoming adventurers. They met in the street, actually, as the locals were looking for adventurers coming into town, and they quickly became friends, meeting up in a tavern and trading stories of the Star of Makai. Throughout the day of the festival, they did many different festival activities and contests, some of which they did fairly well in, one of which they won, and ended the evening looking through a telescope at the comet coming in. Of course, the comet ended up coming a little too close and crashed throughout the town, dropping the monsters from the legends for us to fight. Defending the library from the flames of the comet pieces and the monsters, the heroes eventually made their way out of the library after saving a lot of the books, I think. Maybe not
We
all.
saved them all. Thank you very much.
All of them.
All of them. We saved all the books. Okay. Yeah, my memory's a little fuzzy, but they fought their way throughout the town, saved quite a few villagers from being captured, but some of the villagers were indeed captured and carried off. They pursued these word blank. Well, they pursued the creatures for quite a while through the woods and finally caught up to them at a broken down bridge where another fight ensued. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all the things that happened. Let's see.
You got this.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to put my thoughts together. Where was I?
We got to the bridge, chasing them.
Yep, we got to the bridge chasing them. We saved one of the prisoners there. And then we chased them further on for several more minutes and then got into a really big fight. At which point, one of our party members pushed a little too far ahead of the group and ended up getting ambushed by the remaining Adrazi and fell in battle. However, the rest of the party managed to catch up just at a moment too late and finished off the creatures and saved the rest of the prisoners from the village. Having saved all of the villagers that they knew about at the time, anyway, they gathered everyone up and rested there for the night. after a long first day of chases and battles, they finally made their way back to the village, deciding to recoup their losses and gather some more supplies and possibly more volunteers to go after the Eldrazi again. Which is where we left off. We've done some recouping and acquired a new party member and more equipment, and are headed off to pursue these creatures at the temple ruins. About a day's ride from the village.
Like half a
So
day.
yeah,
6 hours.
there's a
something like that.
general. Here's the Cliff Notes version of what's happened so far.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, indeed. Most excellent. You have earned your double inspiration. 2 points. And as tradition, you can grant it when people need it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But it is yours to deliver and yours to use. So, as we return, I recall there was a random encounter that was rolled for and achieved said encounter. So, everyone, roll me perception.
I don't know.
Shock is on top. All of you so far are pretty hot. All right. All right. Well, no one's being ambushed here, even though it's not an ambush encounter. But as you're traveling along the road, you begin to hear a somewhat distant, rapidly approaching sounds of wolfen howls.
Draw my weapon.
Yeah, same. Do we have time to reposition?
You do.
Uh,
I would say Caster's on the cart or in the cart.
We've all
Right?
got horses. So
Oh, right, we're on horses. I would probably get off my horse
That does remind me, I need to grab this horses for you. Whoop.
because I don't know how to fight on a horse.
We're on war horses.
Right, but I still don't know how to fight on a horse.
True.
And we're
Yeah.
definitely not going to outrun wolves.
Alright, they're war horses, but I'm just going to copy this one for ease.
Also, my HP on the overlay is wrong.
Yeah, I know you leveled up since I need to update it. I'm going to put you further ahead because you're going to take issue otherwise. Boop. Horses.
Yep.
Bam. Alright. So, as you all are gathering up your weapons and preparing for the wolves to come, from the northeast, bounding in a large pack of these great gray wolves. Amongst them, wolf puppies. Seeing your presence, the lead wolf in the front will begin to growl, baring its fangs. But is not approaching. Because you guys have a fuck ton of horses. And those are scary.
Nature to see if they're aggressive or just passing through.
Go ahead and give me a nature. So you think the wolves here are on the move for... You're not quite sure why they're moving with the full pack, as the puppies seem a little too young to travel in this way. You would also believe this, Shaka. It looks as if some of them are fairly hungry too. Perhaps they've been driven from their den or something else. Whatever reason that they are leaving their area of hunt or leaving their area of their home. You think just because of your group size and the fact that you have a bunch of war horses, they're a little wary to attack you. But desperation could be cause, and also the fact that you guys are stopped here in the middle of the road and not moving might be cause for them to think that they need to attack. So right now they're just being wary. Any sudden movement or any action that might be considered hostile could definitely trigger them to think that they need to defend their puppies.
I agree with Shaka. Just start like walking the horses in the cart down the road, keeping an eye on the wolves.
Right. Elect one person among your party to roll me a animal handling check.
Is anybody good at handling animals?
Is
Did
that
I
like
do?
We'll do it.
is that a profession thing?
It's a skill handle animal.
It's adventure skill. Handle animal.
Can use fellowship
Oh.
or int. I've got effectively a +4. Does anybody have better?
I have a 3.
Also, my food was just
Same.
delivered. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
like +4 it is then.
I have +1. I can't give you much. We can throw some rations at them if we want to.
Or bombs.
Mm, I mean, aren't we like good at something?
They are rations.
I don't think you can eat bombs.
It's
Well,
not
you can just
predators
once.
they don't taste good, right?
Probably not. They also like are hungry as fuck, so I don't think they would have much meat anyway. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Right.
No fireballs.
Clicking on the stream, trying to move the camera.
Alright, I returned with much food. Merry wows.
Excellent.
Alright.
Shaka will maintain eye contact with the lead wolf so that they know that we're not ignoring them, and we will move calmly on our prior path.
Alright. With a 20 as you make eye contact, calmly walking past, the wolves seem to let you cross without issue, and would continue along their path as you get out of range. Alright, you have successfully evaded the wolf pack encounter. And have gained experience.
Woo!
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen wolves up close like that before.
3 experience has been gained.
Wolves are a lot bigger than you think.
I'm used to smaller canines. Still, they didn't look like they're in a good spot. What do you think?
I believe they've been evicted from their hunting grounds by exceptionally large space spiders.
Oh,
Some of the spiders are small.
the Atlanti. What did you call them?
Ardrazi.
You don't know the name
Wait.
of them.
We don't know that in character.
Oh, right, never mind.
Space
A rock can do
spiders. There's big ones and little ones. And we think the
Is it-
big ones can talk.
Quick question: is there a concept of space? Do we know that?
Well, I mean, it's a comet,
It's
right?
beyond, isn't it?
I mean,
Yeah,
we know
yeah,
about
no.
the
The
comet.
space is a known thing. It's might not be
Right,
known
that's
for
it.
like small town villagers, but
But if you have knowledge planes,
I mean, meat is
Yeah.
smart, so
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, also, me is friends with Shaka, so I'm sure Shaka has spoken
It
their
rubs
ear off
off.
about it.
It's in one ear, out the other, but some of it sticks.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yes,
But-
they're certainly not simple creatures. They have poison and spit webs of some sort.
And
It's good to
apparently they
know.
don't taste good.
Do you know if the webs are flammable?
I feel like we should know that. Let me check my note.
I don't think we have tried to lit them on fire yet,
there was fire in the library.
Yeah, they
and
used
webs
it.
everywhere.
Yeah.
and it
I
didn't
feel like
burn.
that if the webs were especially flammable, then the fire would have been a significantly larger issue.
I give a nod. Well, good to know regardless. By the way, Shaka, this magic pocket is amazing.
Say again, my headset was cutting out.
This magic pocket is amazing.
Yes, it's wonderful for books.
He's really proud of all the things he can stick in his pocket.
Not all of us are as hearty as meat.
You're good at the things I'm not good at, and I'm good at the things you're not good at. That's why we work together well.
He'll agree and get a slightly morose look on his face.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll get you a date with her.
What?
Nothing.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. Let's go to the ruins.
Just met.
All right. As you continue pushing on through the forest, it's only a couple hours thereafter that you finally arrive back to the foothills and begin the slow trek up them. Your horses are having a bit of a difficult time rising up the mountains, though you think it might be doable, as the seems to be an old road, mossy and weather-worn, but made of cobble.
Is it not the same way we came before?
It's the same way.
Did we already cross the bridge?
Oh, shit.
Oh, sure.
Because otherwise, this is all like this wouldn't be new for us, right?
Yeah. I was thinking about the pathway that Eldrazi took, which would have been allowable for your horses. Yeah, no, the bridge. That's my bad.
Yeah, we need to
completely
stop
forgot
at the
about that.
bridge and to repair it.
Yeah.
too, so that might take some time.
So, let me just change my maps. I was going to get a bit ahead of myself. Going right to the dungeon.
Trying to eat his food.
Yeah, I am. All right. Here we go. Whoop. Hey, look, the bridge. You guys would arrive at the bridge. The horses most certainly cannot cross this without danger.
I thought they were
Indeed.
fake magic horses.
They are fake magic horses, so we'll just stop here and repair the bridge. And after we're done repairing the bridge, I'll have to summon more horses.
Yeah.
But at that point, what time of day is it? Because
And
how
is it
long is it
still
going to take
raining?
us to repair the bridge? Yeah, that's another thing. Is it still raining? Because that would make repairing the bridge even harder.
And didn't we bring a guy to do it for us?
Didn't mention
I don't
that.
think
No.
we brought him. We
Mhm.
brought tools. We
Mhm.
bought tools and materials.
It'll take you guys like an hour or so to repair the bridge.
Do we need to
Okay.
make rolls for that?
Yes.
Awesome.
I have high intelligence. That's all I got going for me.
Yeah. As for the rain, it is still raining slightly, but not heavily. Like a light drizzle. Now we need a craft carpentry check to repair the bridge.
Oh,
Mhm.
carpentry. I have
I would
plus-
like I would
Lee
like to
will hand the
assist.
tools to meet.
Oh, okay. I'm not a
Here's
carpenter.
a hammer and some nails. You're the strongest, I think.
Yeah, but it's an in check.
Well, Lee doesn't know that. He certainly
All right.
isn't going to do it. You can hand the tools to someone else. It's
Hmm.
I
Come on,
mean,
Lee.
Meat looks like a lumberjack, so makes sense.
right.
It's okay.
I'll help
Me
you as
and me,
much as I can.
me and me work well together. We'll go do it.
Yeah. So you'll
I'll,
assist and I'll roll.
Sure.
I'll just keep a lookout.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good, actually. Keeping an eye out.
Woo!
Damn.
Wow.
All right.
Oh,
We
easily
apparently
done.
work quite well together.
Indeed, the bridge is repaired ahead of schedule. Actually, it only takes you guys about 40 minutes to repair it.
Hmm.
I'm really good at handling wood, guys.
Yeah, we see
I
by
normally
the
don't
size of
help.
your shaft.
Gonna be one of those days, eh?
Phil gives a little squint at the bridge, like, are you sure this thing will hold?
I mean, it didn't before, but it also did before, so it'll be all right.
Just
You're not
We didn't-
inspiring me.
We didn't make it worse just now.
we just
I
spread
think.
everyone out a little bit as we cross.
Yeah.
Just be cautious.
All right.
Don't get within 10 feet of me.
I look down. How far does Dust reckon it is down?
It's over 100 feet, right?
It's quite the drop, yeah.
I
There's-
shudder a little bit.
Down and down and
We'll
down.
have a
out of
little
range.
faith. Lee will actually hop off the horse and go first and pull the cart all the way across the bridge.
Well, I figure since we had to repair, I'm probably already at the other end, right?
Probably. I mean, unless you came back to tell us it was done.
They probably just wave, right?
But anyway, yeah.
All right, we broke it. Bye. you know.
I mean,
Suddenly,
what
it
time
just...
of day is it? Is it dark out yet?
It
we
is
already
getting dark.
Okay.
Oh, is that still here? Actually.
That body?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more of a paste, but yeah.
There is no janitor to clean it up, so yeah.
So for you, you would look down there and would see just a splattering of this inky black goop with like long spindly spider legs pouring from it.
Looks like one of them took a tumble.
Yes. Hmm. When we stop tonight to rest, I will fill you in as best as I can.
Give you a nod.
Yeah. So while we still have a little bit of daylight left, we should find a reasonable place to sit down for the night.
Sounds good to me.
Read.
We could get back to our old campsite where we killed all those other ones.
I don't think I want to be near that many corpses of them, lest they come back for their dead.
All right, that's a good point.
Did we, out of character, did we burn the corpses, or did we do anything to the corpses?
Not theirs, right?
Nope.
No, we did not.
I asked the
Um,
priest guy if we should do last rites, and he's like, "Nah, these guys are from space. They don't count."
Yeah. As far as Priest Guy considers, they don't count.
Indeed, he
mean,
believes that their mortal coil did not carry the curse that is upon this plane.
I mean, they do have the magic hearts, so I do not know if that will affect anything.
Indeed. Come, let us find a small clearing.
All right. It is quite easy for you to find a good midway point between here and the mountains above where the ruins reside. It is clear, far enough away from the road that it's out of sight and out of mind of any would-be traveler, but also close enough that you guys don't have to trek, ages to get back to the road and back to your path.
Hmm.
All right. And as you guys set up camp, is there anything you guys wanting to do before resting?
Yes.
Hmm?
I'm going to attempt to accurately recreate an illusion of the combats we have had with these entities and act as a review for everyone and as a little primer for DOS. So
Have
DOS
you
will,
Very
have you done this
good.
before in my presence?
yes. Obviously, I find that using illusions to explain things is dramatically easier.
Hmm. So the big ones look like that. The little ones look like that. Big ones are venomous and shoot acid.
And webs.
And webs.
And they have this flurry attack thing that you don't want to let them do because that almost killed Orphe. It doesn't do much to me. These guys are pretty weak individually.
Or maybe you're just supernaturally tough.
Both could be true.
Probably.
But they are intelligent and they cooperate very well.
Look at how I smashed that one.
Oh man, you just had to say that. I got a real composure now. Okay. I resist the urge to have the illusion you trip and fall.
All right. Well, if we're going to be resting here, we should organize watch. I have a sort of awareness of my surroundings as I sleep. Not that I sleep in the conventional sense.
Yes, the Elven Reverie. Very nice.
Indeed, though it does mean I always get put on watch duty, back when I was with a much larger outfit.
Like a mercenary company or bigger clothes?
I'll let you decide.
How big was the hat?
It was immense, I tell you.
Like a whole
Closed.
tent?
Larger.
Hmm.
It's kind of misleading though, because like fairies don't need a very big tent, but giants need a really big tent. So saying your hat is bigger than a tent could mean it's very big, or just kind of big, or like the size of a mountain. You don't know.
Who's to say? Well,
Also,
they're planning. I've set up my camps up. I've set up my
extra
camps up.
dimensional spaces are a thing too.
Mm-hmm.
You could store things inside your hat. But then what would happen if like the top of your head went into your extra dimensional space hat and it like got blown off by the wind? Would the top of your head come out back out of the hat? Or would it go
That
with
is
the
a good
hat?
question.
It's a crazy world we live in. Who's got first watch?
Oh, I'm always at least on watch. It's just who else is on watch with me.
What, do you not
I
sleep?
mean,
I have half those penalties to perception that sleep gives me, but I'm sort of semi-aware of my surroundings.
I can go
So
while it's dark.
You had a younger
Oh.
sibling that used to do things to you, huh?
Well, no. They were much more well behaved.
I can take the watch while it's dark.
I will take the last watch, and Lee will turn in.
Which puts you at third watch then, Shaka.
Well, I was going to do an ethylated watch.
What's
where,
that related mean?
Overlapping watches. Instead of having discrete watches in pairs, since we have an odd number of persons, we can't really do that. So, you stagger every.
I mean, technically
Every
we
half
have
shift
even, because Das is always on watch but also sleeping.
It's true.
So we have even, and then Das is always on watch.
Shaka looks at his little graphed out schedule with perfectly overlaid half interval times that it is efficient, and just looks at you like, fine.
Just pats you on the shoulder. It's alright. There is always time for
No, fine,
graphs at some
fine,
point.
fine. Go. You're on first watch. Go to bed.
All right.
I mean, I said I would be while it's dark, but alright. Who am I to, you know?
As night truly falls and you begin to take rest, does anything occur throughout the night?
No.
No.
I will be using my magic sight if that is important.
All right. Throughout each of your watches, things are fairly quiet. The faint sound of crickets chirping throughout the night and the occasional owl hoot, perfect timing from Sirenscape, are all that really happens throughout your evening's rest. You all awaken feeling refreshed and ready to meet the dawn.
Shaka
I brew
still.
us some coffee.
Did we get a Sirenscape today?
I linked it, yeah.
Get a what?
Oh, okay.
That's the
I
most
found
recent
it.
post in Star of Makai. All right.
Yep, and
Uh,
we will resume our trek with the dawn.
It's only about a couple more hours up the hills before eventually you reach the paved stone road that I mentioned in the future. The road itself, moss-covered, cracked throughout many pieces, but overall in fairly good condition, rising up higher and higher into the mountains. Are you resummoning your horses for this, Lee?
Yes, I will. Well, we're trekking up into the mountains.
It's probably best we don't mess with the horses.
Right. Yeah, let's leave off for now.
All right. That
I do
changes.
need to reconjure my armor and whatnot, so here's a couple of checks.
All right. Since you just spent mana, let me go grab your token again.
Oh, sorry.
I have tokens on the new map, so I'm just okay. Here we go. As you begin the slow and arduous trip up the mountain pathways, it winds and curves along very narrow cliff faces that would require single file pathways if you had your horses. It's not as bad on foot, but you think that your horses would have been able to do the trek, just albeit maybe just a bit more arduous than would be on foot. And that is thanks to the worked stone road. However, as you can continue to climb and climb up higher and higher, eventually the natural stone mountain cliff faces would give way to worked stone walls. As you see up ahead, a large set of stone steps rise up. A well, massive, probably about 20 feet in diameter, rises up from the ground just up ahead. More than that, though, you can see what appears to be a balcony made of stone with large dwarven knotwork pillars and ruined walls with a large iron gate blocking the interiors of this balcony from view. A set of natural stone steps rises to the northwest, and a simple dirt pathway seems to descend to the northeast. Either side of you, the worked stone seems to rise up to a smooth worked stone balcony overlooking this, we'll call it a courtyard. And let me go change the ambience.
Activate the power of gamer lookup.
Quick
No kind
question:
of-
is there anything magical inside?
Nothing at the moment.
Good to know.
Hmm.
All this. And should be the good ambience. Cool. So, as you push into the area, the occasional cawing of a crow can be heard. These trilling of birds or other wildlife still reside, though they are distant and diminished. The area itself seems empty, clean of any remnants of what was once this location, this ruin. Though there are debris, fallen boulders, likely tumbled down from rock slides or the like, as you don't see any rubble, at least not yet. You can roll me a survival there, meat.
I'd like to assist them on that.
Go ahead and roll.
Let's see. I might need to know there's +1, but yeah.
You're not seeing any tracks here. If they did pass through, they left no tracks. Though it is worked stone, so it would be kind of hard to leave tracks unless they had muddy prints.
Well, I mean, like, if there's moss or something, or disturbed dust, or
Yeah, I know, but you don't see any. You roll a 12.
This goes down?
Up, elevated.
Up.
Yeah, these are raised balconies. About 20 feet
Trace my
overhead.
hand along the stone.
that's a wall, not a stairs, right on the left and right.
Yeah, these are raised balconies about 20 feet elevated from your position. Well, about 50 feet from this position.
I want to move the cart and like turn it the other way so we could leave. Yeah, put it to the side
All right.
so we don't
Yeah,
have to
it's
spend
convenient.
time turning it around if we need to run away.
As you draw closer, Lee, you begin to hear a faint whispering, whistling wind sound coming from the well.
Approach the well and peer down. I'm sure I can't see anything.
It is dark as shit.
All right.
Probably shouldn't go that close to it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna look straight down. I can't see anything, but
Nah.
you know.
You don't have dark vision anyway, so it's just
Right.
dark. There is, since it is early morning, it's still, well, mid-afternoon actually, because you guys took a couple hours to travel up the hill. So at this point, about 10 a.m. You can see the well goes down at least 60 feet and still out of vision.
Hmm.
60 feet out of.
Did the book specify anything about where or how the caverns were found beneath here? Was it through the well or was it through some interior digging in the temple itself?
It mentioned a pathway beneath the temple.
You don't think this is it, do you?
I don't believe so.
We probably wouldn't be in the well. Right.
There are stairs.
You
Those are stairs
said there were
up. It looks
space
like
spiders, right?
space
Yeah.
spiders, but the gate's closed.
I mean, there are stairs up and stairs down. We
Does
can-
it look like the gate's been moved at all?
Hard to tell from your position. It's about 20 feet above you.
Oh, okay.
You want to check up before we go down? Give us the most benefit of our daylight?
I don't. While it's possible that there may be access from the bottom of the well, I don't believe that's how the caverns were first discovered.
I think she's talking about the stairs on the right.
Well, there was a dirt path to the right. Yes. But there's also this balcony before us.
there is a way up and a way down. We can just go up.
What do you think, Shaka?
Whatever gets us inside quickest.
Well, I got bombs, and there's a gate right there.
I mean, you'll have to reach it. I mean, if we can make one person reach it, we can just throw down a rope.
How tall is a collapsible ladder? Or how far up does a collapsible ladder go? Like 10 feet? 15
Doesn't
feet?
it say?
It would say in the description, but I believe they're 10 feet.
But if we wish to go down or go some other way, I do have magics of climbing.
There is no description of folding ladder.
Just spider
I
climb
mean-
up the side of a volcano or something.
I mean, we have enough people to just climb it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, just give you a boost.
Yeah.
It's 10 feet for the folding ladder.
Thank you.
Well, sure.
We can give you
See,
10 feet of uppies.
Please don't say that again.
I know the balcony rises 20 feet above you guys currently.
Does the knotwork look like it's climbable?
Not particularly, no.
All right. I vote we go up the stairs on the left. I should be in. I don't have my weapon out, by the way.
Let's do it.
Pulls out weapon.
So how do you want us to advance? Just
Just move as you will. Nothing is notable just yet.
So
spend
actually,
hours.
gather up for a moment. I'd like to cast a spell on 3 of us. I'm gonna
Mm.
upcast to make this multi-target, and I'm gonna put this on myself and Meat and Orphe.
Look at the burst
Will,
keyword.
will burst get us all? I think
For
there's
clustered
still a
in.
maximum number of targets still.
He still has max target, yeah.
Used with.
Can I put a multi-target on it again
Mhm.
to get more targets, or do I have to cast it again?
The spell points to add multi-target multiple times, and yeah.
Because I can upcast it a second time to make the DC. Well, the DC should be 13. That would make it a 19. But then I just extended cast it to make it not a 1 check. Right. So several rounds of casting, and then I'll cast that on everyone with 2 upcasts. For 40 minutes, everyone has a climb speed equal to their land speed.
Wow.
So
Very nice, very nice.
We can.
shall
We
we
can just go up now.
walk up this wall and take a look in?
All right.
What is your EMM?
4. So we have
Oh.
that for 40 minutes.
No, with a burst you can get everybody in one
Right.
cast.
It's just AoEs have a cap on number of people that can be affected,
Yes.
regardless of the size.
Yes.
And that
that
still
is equal
hits
to
it?
your EMM plus your rank bonus in the given magic skill,
Nice.
which for him will
think
total
it's-
6.
Very nice.
It's not half your rank bonus? Or,
Correct.
Even if it was half, you'd still get us all.
Well, regardless,
Your
Spells
EMM plus
cast.
your rank bonus, yes.
and it is noted.
For that.
But as you all climb up to the balcony, you can see the thick, rusty iron gate blocking your path. Inside is quite dark, only having a bit of light from the outside peering in the chamber itself. However, possibly, do you have dark vision?
Yep, 60 feet.
Right. But you can see a large circular chamber, dusty, with a few bodies within, skeletal in nature. There is a desk within the center of the chamber, a couple pieces of loose parchment upon it, though you can see that there's loose parchment flown upon the floor, likely because a breeze flew through here and kind of pushed them off the desk itself. What's interesting, however, is there's no doorway leading in. It's just a smooth circular chamber with simple cobbled brick walls. Orphe, you would notice that there is a magical aura between, like, kind of just on the other side of this gate.
Can I identify it?
Roll me a magic sight and a spellcraft.
Unless these skeletons
minus
are ghosts, I don't know how they
5
got here.
to DC. Give me a second. There is some sort of magic here. That's not 20 on a spellcraft.
As he mentions it, others will take a look as well, because... Oh, really?
All right. You'd actually know that there is two different auras of magic glowing here, Shaka, rather than the one that Orphe noticed. With your spellcraft, Orphe, you would identify that the first one appears to be that of abjuration. Shaka, you'd recognize the second one appears to be that of destruction. You'd also know the first one's abjuration.
Yeah, this place seems protected.
Indeed, a destructive alarm.
So I shouldn't
Yeah,
try
you
and break
probably
the gate.
No, probably not.
All right. Stairs then?
Yeah.
Is there?
Just a quick question. This essentially looks like a prison then. No entrance, destruction barrier.
Prison would be a strong word, as the interiors look to be some form of research study.
Is there doors further
There's
in?
no doors inside the chamber.
I relate to
Only
you that I do not see
visual
any doors in the chamber.
entrance is the portcullis.
So it's more like a
So-
protection feature.
Containment.
Uh-huh.
Pin.
If it's a portcullis, perhaps there's a guardhouse somewhere that'll open it up. Let's
Or-
keep climbing up then.
Or we could just lift it.
Mhm.
I look
There's
around at
still
the rest of the group.
enchantment.
We should probably
looks
just
like it
climb
might
up.
explode if you lifted it.
Let's look around some more before we decide. There could be an either way.
Indeed. We can head up.
I mean, if we have this magic, we can just walk down the well.
I don't think it's like sticky feet. I think it's just it gives us a climb speed so we don't have to make climb checks.
Looks up at the DM.
It gives you a climb speed, I believe, which gives you a bonus on climb checks. So unless like you're trying to like hang from the ceiling upside down, or like going from a very smooth, clean wall that has like no real grip or handholds, I'm not gonna have you guys bother rolling because the bonus you would be
Could we climb
gaining
down the
from
well
a
without
speed would be pretty
rolling?
good. Yeah, you guys climb down the well without rolling. You can just like kind of grip the edges here, kind of go around and go do.
I'm gonna go
Down the well. The well.
Oh, the well. The well is made from brick stone. So there is some
Pretty
gripping
smooth.
spaces, so there is some way that you guys can climb with a climb speed without issue.
Also, we could just anchor a rope up here and throw the other end of it down the well and use that to climb down easier.
Just options.
Again,
Well, yeah, let's not go.
Let's just go up the stairs.
yes.
Right. Begin to rise up the stairs. You can see what appears to be cobbled, ruined walls just lining the edge here. Seems there's a building just atop the cliff that has crumbled in somewhat.
What are these?
Or what? Those are large, spiky rocks.
Okay, not like giant teeth.
No.
Okay.
Sure hope not.
Alright. As you get further up the cliff face, let me go and reveal some of the terrain above. And since you should be able to review pretty much all of this. It's light outside currently.
There's interesting rocks here. I didn't know rocks could form like this.
Alright.
Myself included.
As you push up, you can see what appears to be a large ruined structure just around the corner here. The walls themselves quite thick and tall, maybe about 20 feet, indicating that this building, while it is crumbled, was likely a multi-storied building. The building just to the corner here appears to have been a single-story building with a rounded edge just right around the corner. All of which appear to be fairly thin walls, probably not as prominent as the one just up top. Further beyond, you can see there is a cliff face leading down in a large gap where the elevation rapidly descends, and then rises up once more upon what appears to be some form of like stone island within the mountain pass itself, wherein a large circular building with a partial roof still attached resides.
How was the temple described in the book?
It was described as a multi-tiered, I believe, would have been a three-storied building, with the first floor being mostly the chapel itself, though there were a few common rooms and prayer chambers on either the west and east side of the building, with a bell tower on the eastern side. The northern edge of the temple itself held a statue of their deity, along with a altar.
Okay. So, yes, none of these yet look like what I would suspect would be the temple. So,
I'm gonna look at Shaka and say, you think we should start like stealthing from here? I'll kind of eye the group as well.
I mean,
Well,
that
it's still
wouldn't
broad
hurt.
daylight, isn't it?
Yeah, but we don't want to make a lot of noise and just
Yeah, I'm just saying.
like kicking an anthill, you know?
Mm-hmm.
certainly we should move with care, yes.
So I want to stealth check.
All right, go ahead. You feel pretty stealthy.
That's not the right modifier. It's supposed to be 5.
Or if he just casually walks. Nothing.
Are you including any check penalty from armor?
Oh yeah, okay, that's what it is. Armor. I don't have that talent yet to get rid of my armor check.
All right, let's see here.
The elf has disappeared.
Your stealth as a group is 14. You guys feel stealthy. All right, slowly creeping up the stairwell once more, rising up to the worked cobbled stone floor. You can see that the pathway leads up to what appears to be the gates of a doubled doored rising stepped building. From the description here, as you round the corner and can fully see the building's walls and its tower to the northeast, you would realize that this does appear to be the temple in question. This northern building here.
Okay. I'll kind of like gesture at it to Shaka.
Yes, the bell tower to the northeast suggests that this very well could be it.
I have my weapon drawn, by the way, this whole time.
Yep.
So where are we going? We're gonna go into the temple, or are we gonna explore the outside first while we have daylight?
I believe our destination is going to be the caverns.
That are under the temple.
I feel like I should have revealed more.
Under the
I'm
whole
revealing it right
tower.
now.
But I suspect the best access will be the temple.
I mean, we also came to research the temple, no?
from this angle.
Yes, the book that held contemporary accounts was the one stolen.
All right. As you get to this point, Orphe, you would notice just in the corner here, in this small little ruined alcove, there appears to be a crushed skeletal arm. Seems some humanoid figure, long since dead, was buried by the rubble.
And just lightly tap meat. And I just point it out. Not sure what that is.
How do I ungrid myself?
Right click, snap to grid.
I want to poke it with my staff. See if it's arisen.
As you poke the skeletal arm, kind of crumbles a little bit, no longer being fully attached. The hand kind of almost disintegrates into ash, revealing a crumpled piece of tattered parchment.
Can I attempt to pick it up with my staff without touching it with my hands? Or like bat
Roll
it
me a
towards
sleight of
Shaka?
hand.
Sleight of hand.
All right. Begin to slowly kind of like lift it up and hold it upon the staff and slide it towards Shaka. It was difficult to not damage the parchment, considering how old it is, but it was done.
Are you using a stick?
It might be magic.
I
don't wanna
look at
touch
it.
it.
It's not magic.
Set it,
It's not magic.
set
Oh.
it down then, please.
Then I'm just gonna like step away from it.
So for since you're there now, Dallas, let me just reveal a bit further. All right. You set the parchment down. It is upon the ground now.
Indeed, I will inspect it without touching it.
All right. There appears to be writing upon it in the language of Perusian.
Okay. What does it say?
All right. Let me go and drop this. Change it to a token, so it goes over the black layer.
Oh.
Here's the handout.
Can't copy paste that for my notes.
I'll be posting into your note channel as well,
Just
the
print
image.
screen it.
Brown and chapel butchers, the body still warm. How could they kill that most valuable?
Father Crevassier.
Persevere.
Do I recall this name from the book?
Let's
Is
see.
he naked?
Go and check something real quick. They would have been mentioned briefly, indicated as the high priest of the faith that was once placed here. Of Lukashka. who would have mentioned not too much about their particular stature, skill set, whatnot, but they were a well-loved and cared-for priest. A fine keeper of the flock of the people of Devonshire.
Remarkable.
Alright, let me just go and... Whoop.
It definitely suggests.
What was that? Was that Sage that made that noise?
I made the noise, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I see anything else here, or is it
I'm
all
revealing it right
destroyed?
now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It may be so straightforward as there may be a penetration in the main chapel.
That's not where it should be.
Well, if you are an entity wishing to assert dominance, it's exactly where it would be.
No good.
For some reason, I look at this room and I think of the scene in The Matrix when they're going to go rescue Morpheus. With all the pillars and debris everywhere.
Alright. As you begin to push further and further into the chapel grounds themselves, you would find yet another skeletal arm buried by rubble here, clutching something in its hand, as well as one here.
I go poke this one with my stick.
The hand disintegrates. High or low?
What? Hi.
The tattered note in it seems to break apart as it is poked.
I wanted to poke the hand, not the note.
I know. The hand was holding the
okay.
note.
Okay.
You gotta be careful with these really, really, really old pieces of parchment.
Didn't we just discuss poking things with sticks, meat?
I poked the bones. I didn't poke the note.
Just let the professionals do their work.
I'm professional at poking things with my stick.
I mean, we have a professional nerd, I guess, you know.
He's a librarian.
Librarians work with old paper, right?
That's true. I'll let you poke all the paper.
I will attempt to look at this note without sticking it.
Alright, I just go edit it real quick in Photoshop because it's been destroyed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
I broke it.
Let's see. Where would have I broken it from, quadrant-wise? That makes it easy.
The first one.
Export image. Let's see here. Handouts. Tattered. Save. Cool. Okay. Bam. There is the next note you have seen. You would like to read it aloud for stream's benefit.
Someone else should. My throat is not exactly in good shape right now.
Ian going missing now, and the Knights. Hey, it's been 6 months since the Knights only come back with evidence that it were a pie out in the river, claimed to have slain it too, but still people are going missing. I overheard the Dorics claim it were the Knights that's been doing the kidnappings, but that can't be true, can it?
Do I recognize the name Dorix?
What about knights? Recognize knights.
It's a chess piece.
Also, this room is suspiciously well lit.
I mean,
There must be a lot of
there's-
holes in the ceiling or windows.
There's no roof.
That'll do it.
Yeah, the roof is gone. Alright, there's another hand over here. Also, you seem to have disconnected there, Josh.
Yeah, everybody's getting all roboty. I think they might have a
Yeah,
having
you
a
DC'd from map
connection issue.
tools.
Mhm.
One moment.
Mm. Question. If I cast barrier cantrip on the hand, would it help on the paper? Would it help with its extraction?
Barrier? Maybe.
Check 1, 2.
Hello.
1, 2.
Well,
Hey. All right.
I have barrier and fortify. So if any of those two would help.
The harden keyword would be the best one to use here, but barrier could potentially help.
Yeah.
And harden's a
I could-
transmutation spell.
I could cast reinforce, yeah. With the harden keyword. And
I mean, we can
Or
cast
I'll-
both of the spells just to make it, just to be sure that it works.
yeah, I'll cast a reinforce on it. It's the cantrip in the book, harden times 2.
Alright, very good, very good.
I'll just cast barrier with short range.
With the combined spells provided, the skeletal hand is easily enough to be destroyed, allowing access to the tattered piece of parchment without destroying it or harming it in any way.
You're way better at that than I am.
As once more, another letter has been found.
I'm not putting these in my notes anymore since you put them in the Discord.
Feel
It's a pain in the
free.
ass to type it out.
That's fair.
It's murder.
Feel free to read aloud so stream can get it.
Things have only grown worse since Cresevir's murder. That old wizard seems to have bought and paid for the knights that once were sworn in service to the temple. Now fall in line over that blasted mage. If I did not know any better, I'd say he's the killer. How swiftly he took control of the town. Aha.
Wait, how does he know that he's not the killer? That means he knows who the killer is.
It means he knows better. Also, what's the result on the name Doric? Because I believe Josh asked if it's familiar in any way.
It was honorific. I already told Shaka the answer to that.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, I was
Sorry?
loud. I couldn't hear.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
honorific.
honorific.
Yeah, like a title of like mayor or lord.
And what title is that? Is it high? Is it low? Is it specific?
Like a mayor.
Or a lord.
Ah, like a mayor.
Mayor or lord of a town. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Can I look at from here? If I look at the direction of the altar, do I see any magic?
Magic sight.
Yeah. No. I mean, I see it passively, but I'll also roll it.
You have magic sight actively passive, but you have to hit a certain DC to see the auras
Ah,
themselves.
Yeah, and it's -5 because of the feature.
All right. The altar seems to have an aura upon it. Yes, you roll me spellcraft. A single magical aura.
How tall are these pillars?
They vary in height because many of them are destroyed and rubbled. But they vary between about 5 feet tall to about 15.
Can I find one that's like 5 or 6 feet off the ground and sit on top of it?
I mean, you can climb up there and sit atop it, yeah.
All right, I want to do that. Which one is that?
What's the rest of this room look like over here?
Because I'm not allowed to poke things.
Don't go too close to the altar yet. It's... Feels magical in some sort.
How much of the roof is whole?
Non-existent. At least in the main chapel area.
Spellcraft 14 and still -5 to DC.
All right.
This
Not
wall
excellent.
looks weird.
There's a hole in the wall there. As you're drawing a bit closer, you can see what appears to be fresh laden crates and barrels filled with what appears to be foodstuffs, at least, to the northeast and the northeast corner of the room. At this point, I'm going to reveal a bit more of the map, just as the mystery is unfolding. Not as required. Here. And I think for this purposes, I can just do... Yeah, I'll just... Nope, too much. Don't want to reveal the inside. I don't want to reveal the inside of the tower. And I don't want to reveal that corner just yet. That's right. Okay.
We've still got to climb, so I'm just gonna make my way up on this crumbly wall thing and get a look around.
Alright, that makes it simple.
Hey.
But still not reveal the inside of the tower, as that tower does have a roof still. But it would reveal basically the area around you.
Hey, I found a passage across a broken bridge out there in the front.
Alright. As you're looking
Going
around,
where?
you can see what appears to be a desk with a spattering of blood beneath it. There's research documents and pieces of parchment along with a unlit candelabra. To the north, you can see the altar, as previously described. There's also what appears to be another crushed skeletal hand in the ruins here.
Where?
What's the aura on the
Oh,
altar?
okay.
And this is what Lee would notice from being up in that elevated position.
Hmm.
As Shaka and Orpheus get closer to the mosaic pattern upon the center of the tiled floor of the temple itself, you would see there appears to be a bed, fairly fresh, to the northeast, and there is a little overhang of like canvas or the like, keeping it protected from the elements in this corner here. The mosaic floor tiles seem to have various patterns within them. A dot between each major section that seems to be somewhat raised above the ground floor level. Kind of like a pressure plate, one might say. In terms of like, it's just like ever so slightly raised.
What's the aura?
You have a 14, you didn't identify it.
It's -5 because magic side.
A 9 means you definitely didn't identify it.
No, I mean DC is low, 5
Oh,
lower.
mine DC is low. Okay, then yes, you would identify
Yeah.
it. I was like, you have really low numbers. That's not going to get you anything. With a
The DC is 5 a
Yeah,
lot, yeah, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I was hearing -5. I was like, okay, so you have a 21 minus 5 is 16. Okay. Anyways, you would identify as objuration.
Alright. And I will tell Shaka as much. Is it around the altar or is it on the altar?
It is on the altar.
We also found another one of those notes around the corner over there.
Hmm. Oh, I'll take a look. It's exceedingly odd, their presence, though.
It's a miracle they've survived so long.
Can I tell the level of abjuration? Or just that it's abjuration and that's it?
Just objuration.
I'll reinforce the note again.
All right.
I'm gonna follow Shaka.
This one will drop this text. If someone could read that aloud.
Can you move it a little bit?
I was once
I've been
a
buried
Greenwich
under it.
There you go.
that wander this island, weak, unenlightened, without purpose, but no longer. I have heard his voice call to me, sing to me of the truth, of what I must do. I must kill the one that threatens us. Tonight, while they all sleep, I have been chosen.
Hmm.
What do we have here?
Bunch of crates, barrels, and casks filled with foodstuffs from the looks of it. Fresh foodstuffs, I might add. At least
Huh.
2 weeks, if not more, worth of food and water.
Is that?
Is it
And that's for your group size. That is a pool spattering of blood, old and dried, flowing from the chair and kind of like pooling around here.
How
does
old?
nothing look like
Roll
a
me heal
preserve?
check. Say again, Dos.
Sorry, does nothing look like a preserve or anything like hardtack or the like?
There is some foodstuffs there that are not particularly preserved, but there is preserved rations as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there's fruits, veggies, but there's also a lot of like hardtack breads, crackers, jerky, things like that too. It looks like
Grab a
whatever researcher was here, per the research desk in the bed, this is their food supply for their time exploring. That blood stain is about a month old.
I'm gonna look at Shaka and say, the blood's about a month old. Looks like, yeah, I'm sorry.
All right. Upon the desk, you can see there appears to be a open-faced journal and a scattering of yet more pieces of parchment. Specifically, the scattering is a parchment. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 pieces of parchment scattered about, and then there's the journal. The journal is currently set upon the quote-unquote, not actually the 6th page, but the 6th page. As I have 6 handouts for the journal, and it's on the 6th one and the 5th one. So 5th on the left side, 6th on the right. The right side has a spattering of blood upon it. And the journal does seem familiar, as it bears the stamped imprint of Sarani Kine, indicating that it is the journal of Sarani Kine. In terms of the pages that you can see, let me go grab these real quick and slap them on down. Hopefully they load quick like. They are quite big. Alright, so if we do this. Alright, and this is what you would read. The pages that are visible currently.
Has she or anyone else spoken of a ticking sound in the temple previously?
Nope.
Do we hear one?
Nope.
No, we shouldn't.
They're already here. Star
Indeed.
Makai came.
Hmm.
I'll take a look at the 4 loose leaf and carefully separate them, see what's contained on them.
All right. Here are. Let me grab the other ones as well. Mix up the stack a little bit. It would be a little leaf through weirdly. So okay, here we are, and then size, change of size. All right, these are those 4 notes. And again, if you guys would read aloud.
Cultist missive number 2. My master calls the time. My master calls the time draws near, but he demands more and more of us. Now his rituals call for sacrifice, not of beast, but of mortal. It cannot be anything less. I don't know if I can go through with this. It's one thing to capture monsters of the wilds, but my friends? My neighbors? Old Trovenshire Journal 3. Things have only grown worse since Cressivir's murder. That old wizard seems to have bought and paid for the knights that once were sworn in service to the temple, now fall in line over that blasted mage. If I did not know any better, I'd say he's the killer.
Oh.
How swiftly he took control of the town.
My
Did we?
bad.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I dropped the wrong one. I dropped the wrong one. It's supposed to be number 4. Whoops. My bad. There we go.
Cultist missive number 1.
Also a repeat.
Also repeat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we already have
No,
that.
no, that,
Oh, yes.
No, that was.
that one should be accurate.
I mean, the 2 of them.
That's the same as the one.
Oh, wait, yeah, right. It's.
Yeah.
I grabbed the. Yeah, I scrolled up. All right, so let's see
Old
here.
Trovenshire Journal number 5.
Here we go. It's number 4. There it is. Size. Whoop. There's a lot of journal pages.
There we go. Old Trovenshire Journal number 4. I thought them just rumours. What was once the idle gaggling of drunken louts in the tavern now is so much worse. I saw with my very eyes the truth of it. They were dragging them from their homes. The knights sworn to that old wizard took the Dorics. I saw them drag, each of them, the children too, from their homes and into God knows where. Have they gone mad? Old Trovenshire Journal number 5. What has befallen our fair community grows worse by the day. More and more of my neighbours are taken by the whims of that dark wizard, yet none will say it, so none believe me when I tell them the truth. Are they too scared? Do they not care? Fine. If they won't help me get our children back, I'll do it myself. Perhaps then they'll believe me. Cultist missive number 4. The voices of the depths have answered me. The secrets of that mad mage are but mine for the taking. I have but to delve deep into the old laboratory and claim what lies buried. The well, marked with an eye, I believe. Now I just need to find it.
And that last one, does it appear to be significantly less old than the others?
You can give me a scribe or linguistics check.
It's my profession, scholar.
That one does appear to be fairly fresh in terms of the others. You'd surmise it's maybe about a couple months old. Also for the remaining journal pieces, since there's more than just those 2 pages.
Indeed,
no.
these are the.
There's a total of 6 pages worth of content that I wrote up for Surrounding Kind's journal.
And
Oh,
these are in Mistress Kind's own hand.
Yes. So top, down, left, right, in terms of order, and then the first 2 pages that I showed you that were where it was set.
Yeah.
want to read them, Shaka?
They've got the throat issue today.
Yeah, here I get it. I believe I've at last found the lost temple of Old Trovenshire. To be sure, Makai's laboratory lies below. I'm so excited I can barely hold it in. Though I must remain calm, the dangers of the wild are still a reality. I cannot go prancing about hot-headed like some barbarian. No, this will require time and a level head. I just need to clear out the rubble first. That took far longer than I was expecting. The stairs below the temple's altar go deeper than recorded in Cresevir's journal. Below into the depths even. It's clear from the creatures dwelling within that the old ruins are stalked by the beasts that call that horrid place home. I just need to press a little further. By Galderon! That was close. I nearly lost my head. I'll need to be more careful. Best not to tell them back home about that. I don't want them to worry. Their studies are going by so well, and with what I found, surely I will need them level. The wonders even. A working orrery of the early divergence period. This will certainly catch the eyes of the scholars from Breakwater University. Oh, the wonders held within these ruins, a whole city of sorts found beneath Makai's laboratory. There was even shards of this old amulet still intact. I will need time to study these further. No time to stay for the festival. It will have to wait until next year. This is far too important. I can feel that I'm on the edge of a breakthrough.
And I'm gonna post the journal pages, all 6 of them that you guys have, to your notes.
Beneath the altar, eh?
Looks at the altar.
It looks kind of like a
Is
Stargate.
Are those just decoration, or are those the symbols of Pharasma?
It's supposed to be the symbol of the old faith. Ignore the fact that it's Pharasma.
69.
Well, I mean,
It's a nondescript old god that
yes.
that no longer exists, probably, maybe.
Due to his mapping resources not having a variety for him to use for this.
I mean, I could have made a custom altar. I didn't want to.
That's fine.
If I come closer to the altar, can I tell what the abjuration magic does? Like, if I just look at it closer, would it
Just keeps
need
it
to
clean.
have?
I mean, being closer doesn't really change that. You'd have to be close anyways to identify the magic word itself. But let's see. Moment, my thing is currently frozen. There we go.
Pretty known name.
Right, and you said you have a +5, a reduction to 5 to the DC.
Yeah, minus
Is that,
5.
is that only on spellcraft? Is that also on or magic site?
Let me. You know what? I'll just copy the ability, and you'll be the judge because I have no clue how to read it.
Because your spellcraft was a 14, so it's either a success or a fail.
In addition, without making check, and
And the
the
DC
C to identify is
There we go. Okay, that's the important one.
Yeah.
All right. So that means that yes, you would identify it. It appears to be a alarm spell placed upon the altar.
but
That
if you
should it be moved or touched, it will trigger.
Mhm.
I'm not
Well-
going to touch anything.
Specifically,
we-
it's the word spell.
Well, if we touch or move the altar, it will sound an alarm.
Do we want that?
Probably not. Looks back at the DM. What level of ward can I tell?
Appears to be a second level ward.
Can you dispel a second level spell yet?
I mean, I can. Can I upcast this spell? I think I could upcast this spell. You know what? I'll read about it quickly, but go on.
Is there a
I
check?
can invigorate it. Alright, go on.
You were saying something, Brian?
Is there a check to be made on the name Galdarun?
Oh, they're a known deity. They're the god of magic. They're fairly common nowadays.
The Archmage.
Yeah. If you want, you can roll me a religion check, but I can just link you their page because they're again a fairly common deity in this current time period.
I'm going to wander over to the food. See if there's anything that looks good.
So, do we know where to go?
The food appears to be hardtack, jerkies, bread, fruits and vegetables. Nothing that's like pre-cooked or pre-made, but there's a lot of, foodstuffs there. A lot of water barrels too.
Always good.
At least a couple weeks worth of food for your group.
Probably won't last that long, but
Back at town, who did Kynes hang out with?
You probably.
Mostly you. Though they did hang out occasionally within Makai's Rest Tavern. And most of the time when they're there, they kind of just like kept to themselves and studied. Though you do recall that they did speak with where's the NPC? I'm trying to find their name. Archibald, somewhat. Like comparing notes and the like.
thinking it's foul play.
Well, blood just doesn't appear by itself. I come back munching on like a cucumber or bell pepper.
Nothing seems to be beneath the bed.
Quick question. Did you people actually read it out loud?
What do you mean, you people?
I can't read Berusian.
I can't read Peruvian.
Yeah. Did you read it out loud, or did you just read it and like thinking about it?
Shaka would have read it.
Because it did mention that there is a path under the altar, but we
Yes.
can't touch it without sounding the alarm.
And also
And
beneath
I
the well.
I can actually temporarily suppress the alarm, I believe. DM question.
Yes.
Would ward activate if I fail to dispel it? Or does it only on contact and movement?
Depends on the caster's trigger.
Which I don't know.
Correct.
Hmm.
You definitely know it will trigger upon contact, though. As that's just a
Mhm.
standard feature of ward. Or at least, most people, when they cast the word spell, will have someone like interacts with this or touches the thing that I'm warding, or tries to move or take the thing I'm warding, it will trigger. So, unless they're weird and it didn't do the most obvious option.
Someone's being a
Hmm.
silly goose with my belongings.
So I could try to not disable it, because that is a little bit out of my reach.
What calculations be you making, Shaka?
Shaka is deep in thought. The markings on the altar here, obviously, they're assets you had available to you. But are there markings on the altar as well?
There would be the symbol of the old faith of Lakashka, which appears to be the deity of harvest and fertility. Yeah.
You said this in. It said something about a well marked with an eye, right?
Yes.
What if you just touch the eye-like symbols?
Are there any magic on the circle itself? DM.
The symbol upon the altar appears to be that of a flaming brazier. And what was your question?
Is there any magic on the circle itself?
No.
Are the symbols accurate?
No. Again,
Okay.
it's just the asset used. I needed one that had a hole that I can then remove the hole from if you guys open it. So I can be like, woo!
Wow!
And then, make it visible again.
Production value.
Production value.
Was the calendar significantly different 2,500 years ago?
Yes.
In what way?
Let's see. Do you guys have the calendar from 2,500 years ago? Probably had some of those notes from her. Okay, yeah, I can link it to you. All right. It's fairly similar in a conversion ways, but it would have a listing of about the days are fairly different. There are even number of days per month rather than the mixture that we have in our own calendar. So it'd be 31, 28, 30, 30, 31, so on and so forth. So those would be slightly different. But overall, the names of the months are also different, which, if you look at the Primogen's fall calendar of the one I just linked, those would be the months of the old calendar at the time.
Oh, it's still 12. Okay.
The 204 one.
204 AD, yeah. Your guys' calendar is the one on the bottom of this 2704. That's your actual calendar that you guys are using. But this is the very top one, 204, is the one they were using at the time.
The star symbol or whatnot, the mosaic with the raised rondels.
Hmm.
Is it as it appears on here, or are there a different number of rondels?
This one is accurate.
Wait, which one is accurate? The one in the room we're in?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, accurate to what? Our calendar?
No. The representation versus quote unquote what it really is.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. It looks like a fancy star. But it's got 24 pushable nubs. But you guys told me not to poke anything with my stick.
Yes, I think it's the actual lock.
It is also suspiciously circular for a possible staircase. I'm still following Shaka around while I eat my vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Consume some pocket jerky.
No, you save the jerky for last because it goes bad the slowest. Gotta eat the fresh fruit. The fresh
Pocket
stuff
full of
first.
jerky. I just like the taste of jerky.
Ulfrey will just stand near the altar in case the party decides to give up on the puzzle and just break it.
Do
The numbers
these look-
don't match.
Is this look pressable?
They appear to be risen up above the base of the mosaic, yes. So, like, they're, as I described it first time, they seem like slightly raised up like a pressure plate would be.
Hmm.
So just enough to be noticeable.
I'll avoid them for now. I just want to like stand in the center.
Mm-hmm. You hear a click sound.
Something clicked.
What'd you figure out?
I will turn around from looking at the pages and just be dumbstruck.
Yeah, didn't this thing say that there was clicking and then there's blood all over it? Maybe you should not do that.
You hear a click sound.
Again? Get off the fucking thing.
I will stand like off center.
You hear a click sound.
All right.
Where is the
I've-
clicking coming from?
I put my weapon
From
at the
the...
and I back up to Shaka. I'm
It
protecting
seems-
my bro.
To be emanating from all around you, the clicking. Hard to really pinpoint the
Oh.
direction. You hear another clicking sound.
I'm scared enough to step off it.
You hear another clicking sound.
That's just great. If we all die,
The
gonna
clicking
haunt
sound
you.
continues to repeat every 6 seconds.
No, that's
I'm gonna
not
read
one
that
either.
note.
There is a certain rhythm to it.
None of your numbers are matching, Sage.
That's fair.
There's 24 pushy things.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, there's 16 and 8.
Yeah, 24.
That
There's not 8 months. There's not 16 months. There's not 8 seasons or 16 seasons. How many moons are there in a year?
Not 8 or 16.
Um, how long ago was this temple around?
2,500 years. About.
Would the time that the star that occurred the other day have been different?
What?
Sometimes events crawl forwards or backwards depending on seasons. Maybe the timekeeping is different, you know?
Did you account for leap years?
That's why I was asking about the differences in the calendar. And while there's differences in the naming, there is not a substantive difference in the format.
Why did they change
Yeah.
the names, do you think?
The names are simply convenient handles for that which people wish to honor. And as the old gods fall away, they no longer hold places of honor.
What month is it in game right now?
It is the 10th month, Denari.
I'm on the wrong sheet. Denari's one of the ones that hasn't changed.
Is it still clicking consistently at 6 seconds?
Yep.
And it started when she stepped on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems to have lasted for a whole day.
You're confused.
Yes.
Frequently.
All the time. Look, guys, if you can't solve the
Actually,
puzzle, we can just dispel the altar and just push it.
I think I want to. I think I'd also like to try like engineering, like what. Try to pinpoint the source of the ticking noise.
Roll me perception.
Perception. My perception modifier is 7, so 12.
Not quite sure. Seems to be emanating from all around you.
Placing a hand on the edge, do I feel the vibration come through?
No.
Is it room temperature? Or like sun hot?
The disc is somewhat warm, but it's not exactly a warm month right now, so it's not like toasty. It's touched by the sun, but it's also
An expected amount of warmth.
yeah, it's also stone, so not really that warm either.
A stone, not metal. Okay.
It's a mosaic.
And the symbol feels unconnected to the altar, right? Because the altar has the symbol of abrasion, right?
The altar has different symbols than the mosaic. Yes,
And there's 13 symbols on the altar.
the altar does not have those symbols.
Oh.
The only symbol
Okay.
upon the altar is the symbol of a brazier.
Is there a constellation of a brazier? I ask out loud because I don't know.
Give me a planes check. Bring up that map so I know what constellations are available. Boop, 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 boop.
Curious that there's not a month named after the god of magic.
They just know it's their day every year.
I mean, actually, Dark would be probably connected to that. So the 11th month. At least that's my assumption.
All right. There is a constellation of a brazier in the skies above Kydrin. You would also have a constellation of what appears to be a lordly figure, constellation known as Valendi. You'd have a constellation of a matronly woman known as the Mother, constellation of a ram. Here, what was that one's conversion name? That one known as the Beast. So just go through them.
But there is one of the brazier.
So what was the? Oh, it's probably here. There's the
Could the inner dial perhaps be eighths of the year in terms of like season, and then the outer is its respective position in the sky?
Yeah, are the constellations the same as the months?
I'm assuming much like in real life, not every constellation is visible at the same time.
It's true.
Which is why you would name months after them. So because they shift.
middle of the new moon.
No.
Well, which seasons does the symbol of the brazier appear in?
Wait. It's the Church of Lakash, right?
Yes.
Because Lakash was a month, in the old calendar. And it happened a month ago, which doesn't correlate to anything.
See here. I'm just grabbing all the ones that are commonly seen in the skies, or at least well known. And there's a couple I need to grab them. So there's this one.
That's not a
Also, it literally says in the calendar that the 11th month is named after Galderun, the god of magic.
I think click on each individual month.
You can click on the month and it just says named after, or named for. It's just, how would you connect this to a calendar?
That would be
Because it's 16:8.
Well, like I said, like maybe these could just be parts, like part eighths of the year. So that'd be, for argument's sake, spring, the bit in between spring and summer, etc.
Then what are the 16?
Either position
Because it
in the
would be
sky, perhaps.
because it would correlate to 3 days each. Like, not 3 days actually. Wait.
In a month, it'd be like just over 2-ish days. But if it's like an eighth of a season, oh, if it's an eighth of a season, if it was 48 days, the 16 could go into each thing could be 3 days. Yeah, the maths checks out, even if my logic doesn't.
That feels too complicated.
I'm thinking along the lines of, humans use base 10 for their math. What if these things use base 8 because they're arachnids?
I mean,
And that changes a
It
lot
was
of
more-
math.
Then why is it 8 and then 16?
yeah, that feels more like base 2 or base 8.
Look, would Sage really give us a puzzle that includes math?
Yeah,
Well, like, isn't hexadecimal base 16?
So these are the most common constellations in the sky. If they have parentheses, then that tends to be the common name of the constellation. Otherwise, the description tends to work for both.
maybe we're missing context and need to go search some more.
Yeah, maybe we should check out the building with the intact roof.
You know what? Maybe.
I think that would be
here.
that's my consideration. Maybe we just lack the context to solve this.
Or
Right?
this, or this
There's
tower
tower.
over here.
Best
Precious skull.
Is it still clicking?
Still clicking.
Maybe there's another clue lying around somewhere.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10.
Stepping on
I
it
mean,
is
there
going
are
to be
16
quick.
of them, yeah.
I-
There are 16 constellations
Does
that
the
the DM
platform
has
actually
written out.
move up and down if you put pressure on it?
The platform, no. If you're talking about the these, we'll call them buttons, then yes,
Okay, so they are in fact buttons.
we'll call them that.
Arbitrarily calling this one 1.
I mean, look, there are 16 constellations that the DM has written out.
Yeah, but
So we just need to figure out what the fuck is 8.
that would be, I assume, like if you pretend this is 1, then the 9th one would be this one, which would correlate to the brazier.
Which till Brazier is 9 a month, Skull is 10, Spheres of Magic probably to the Mage God. Kinda connected?
It
Question mark?
goes to a god of harvest. And the harvest constellation is the 4th one
Gotcha.
on the list.
Mhm.
And I mean, arbitrarily assigning this one spring,
Then-
autumn would be here.
Wait, didn't you say that the symbol of the god was what's on the altar?
The symbol of the god
Oh,
is
is
a
it?
brazier, yes.
Yeah, so. And this is an altar to this god. I already forgot her name.
Okay.
It's Lakashka. Yes.
Kashka, yes.
So her symbol is a brazier, not a scythe, which
Mhm.
would make sense for a god of harvest.
It's harvest
it's-
and fertility.
She's a god of harvest and fertility, yes.
Yes. So she's like,
So it could be the mother and the brazier.
I mean,
Or
matron Druma is
mother.
probably a different god.
Hmm.
Idruna, the goddess of love and family, the second month.
Okay.
Like,
But yes, but that's in the modern pantheon, not the ancient.
no, it's the ancient. Just you can. Idruna was before,
Ah,
and Valend was before. Great Emperor. The goat, Teneb.
What's
I
everyone
mean,
doing
the
currently?
beast.
Starting with
Uh,
Orphe.
Orphe is probably just looking down at this because I'm thinking out of character because Orphe
Yeah.
has no clue.
All right. What's Meat doing
He's
currently?
he's mostly just looking that the altar doesn't activate.
I am holding my weapon sort of ready, protecting Shaka, staying near Shaka, and eating a cucumber and looking around warily.
All right. How about Shaka? What's Shaka doing currently?
Shaka is staring intently and rereading Kind's notes.
All right. And Lee?
He is looking at this pedestal with the what we're calling button things and seeing if he can notice any other parts of it that move.
You can give me a perception check. You believe that this section here actually is capable of spinning.
Mm.
The question we
Amazing.
could have asked like 45 minutes ago.
I think we could spin the ring in the center.
What end, though?
He shrugs.
Maybe it's a screw.
I can
We-
try it.
Try that with your stick. See if you can turn it a little.
I look at Shaka. I say, he says I can poke it with my stick.
You get a single left eyebrow raise.
Be my guest.
I really like my stick. Is there another stick I could use?
Do you know what correlates to what? From whence do you turn it and to where?
What?
Hmm.
So,
If
out
it can
of-
be rotated, that means it can be
Mm.
aligned.
Well, it's
Like-
lefty loosey, right? For screws.
I like your line of thinking, mate.
While you're having all this, what is Doss currently doing?
I was looking this way to make sure we're not being snuck up on, but also because I wanted to go.
Roll me a
eventually
perception
go here.
check, Doss.
Oh, wonderful.
Encounter. End of session so Sage can do homework.
I mean, we're really close on that, but yeah, nothing. You don't see anything sneak up on you.
Okay. Boopity boop. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Doodly doo.
Oh, please no.
Nothing bad happened the last time you went off by yourself either.
Yeah, and nothing will happen this time.
Don't mind me. I'm gonna
Just make some rolls.
make some rolls.
Uh,
I swear to
Uh,
fucking god.
you're the one who's
Look,
wandering
Leonard's
off here again.
Look, Leonard's smart. Sorry.
I'm not 150 feet away this time.
All right, let's see here. With advantage, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Let me go make sure they don't have any other buffs to this.
With advantage.
Great. Fucking marvelous.
Advantage on checks maintain being hidden, and okay.
I have
Look,
AC this time.
Look, the most I can tell you is that the first 12 are the old gods that are mentioned in the old calendar. The other 4 are new gods, where Hammer is Din and Hail is probably Andrea. That is the most I have no idea about this in character though. This
Okay,
is
they do have a further
me
bonus.
speculating.
Okay. Only
And also
while
probably
in
thinking.
that section. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Das, as you're looking down and kind of just like not really noticing anything of note, you would round the corner. And come face to face
Oh, cock.
to this. I'm going to describe them now, scrolling up. Standing upon a pair of powerful legs designed to hop great distances, this strange entity is lithe of form, overly gaunt as if to better accentuate the carapace that holds this beast. It possesses a pair of mantis-like talons that curl in close to its chest, ready to snap outwards at a moment's notice. Like the rest of this creature, its head is certainly alien, elongated and almost bug-like in appearance, with two front-facing eyes placed deep in sockets upon the skull that gaze outwards with a wild hatred seen most commonly in rabid beasts. It will look out towards you, and you will feel in your mind something trying to probe and read your thoughts. We will call it there, because I do need to do homework. And fortunately, your passive perception of 17 does hit their stuff, so you're not surprised as you turn the corner.
No.
They did have bonuses, but it just said the bonuses they have is just advantage. Only, sorry, they have advantage and they have a +2 bonus on stealth if in areas of dim light or darkness, which it's still daytime, so. Yeah.
I guess I yell contact and then go from there.
Anyways, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative now, just so we don't have to worry about it next time. And maybe
Brilliant.
you guys will continue your search after you guys fight these. And get the puzzle piece that's missing so you can do this puzzle.
I wish
I
I
gotta-
We can do
Or you
it
can
like
keep,
this.
randomly pulling levers and hoping for the best. But there's, a couple places you have yet to search, so, we'll find out.
The duality, rolling a 1 and a 20.
Yep.
Disadvantage.
That is quite a disadvantage.
That is funny.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everyone's rolled, and I have rolled. And then we sort. All right. So, assumedly you would call out in shock, DOS, and we'll call it there.
Perfect.
Hope you guys had fun. We will see you guys next week. Potentially, I might need extra time. I'll let you guys know by Wednesday, because that's when I finish this week's homework. If I'll need more time for next week, based on what they give me
I am
Wednesday.
on holiday next Monday.
Oh.
So you won't
I'm
be here?
still on vacation.
I will not be here.
In that case, we'll be here 2 weeks from now, because I would like everyone for this, because these things are dangerous. Especially since you're by yourself with these things. I don't want to kill you when you're not
There's
here.
no way I get gibbed a second time.
It's very
I've got a
possible.
direct line of sight. I could probably.
Look, Sage wouldn't do this to you
Oh.
twice, right? That would be
I
fucked
have
up.
AC 23. I have DR fucking 9 right now. I swear to God. Not 9. DR 13 right now.
That doesn't protect you against mental effects.
Sage would absolutely
You know.
not do this to you twice unless you walked off by yourself twice.
Yes.
Yep.
I did hear the words probe your mind, so
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
fine.
It's true.
how's your mind save?
It's a good question. Anyways,
It's 4.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
You all have
Sorry.
a wonderful afternoon.
hope you guys all have a good
You too.
one. Hope stream enjoyed this, and we'll be back in 2
Yeah.
weeks' time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm.